Magandang umaga po sa kanilang lahat. Chief Edel Roderos and JR, maraming salamat sa inyo pong pag-imbita sa akin para makasama ninyo ngayong araw na ito. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat din po, Sir Rene, sa oras na binigay po ninyo. Alam niyo, talagang naghanap kami ng paraan kung paano kayo makontak at iba pang mga kababayan natin sa labas ng bansa dahil sa mga napabalita na nangyari sa absentee voting ngayon. Ito, month-long absentee voting ng mga OFW natin. Pero dyan sa inyo sa East Coast USA, tama po ba ako, Sir Rene? Kayo yung chairman ng unit in BBM-Sara?
Opo, ako po yun. Salamat po.
Sir, una, bakit po sumuporta tayo at nangampanya talaga para sa BBM-Sara tandem for this election?
I think it's part ng regular choices po natin at napakaraming mga kandidato. Sa tingin ko po at ako'y naniniwala na ang pinaka-qualified na mga kandidato sa pagkapangulo at sa pagka-vice pangulo ay si BBM at saka si Sara. It's been proven, kaya nga sinasabi ko rito sa mga kasamahan natin na they don't have to prove themselves to us. That they already had given us proof on how good they are in public service and how good they are in their leadership skills and how good they are in their communication and relationship skills. So, yun po ang dahilan kung bakit pinili po namin si BBM. To my wife's credit, Dr. Ballenas was really the one who started and initiated this campaign here in the U.S. Last November when Bongbong Marcos has filed his certificate of candidacy.
Sir, alam po natin na dito sa Pilipinas sa amin nga may mga na-unblock na-unfriend dahil magkaiba yung kinakampanya at gustong yung mga sinusuportahan. Now, diyan po sa inyo sa Amerika, kumusta yung relationship ng mga Pilipino kahit magkaiba yung mga political views?
Halo-halo po. Sa akin so far, it's not that I am bragging or boasting, but so far wala namang nag-unfriend sa akin o nag-cancel sa akin. Dahil po, I think I had maintained my relationship with everyone else. But of course, mayroong differences sa aming mga ideas, sa aming mga perceptions with regards to candidates. So, totoo po yan, ano? Maraming mga tao nag-aaway-away kahit magkapamilya, kahit na magkakapatid, nag-aaway-away, nagsisigawan. May iba nga dyan ay nagiging physical pa. Pero I would just like to take this opportunity, to remind each of us, this is just a political exercise. And I think what is important is for us to respect each other. We are not to control one another or to dictate to one another. We are to respect one another. Kasi iba-iba po yung ating paningin at saka pananaw sa buhay at pananaw sa mga kwalifikasyon ng mga kandidato na nanunuyo po sa atin. Kaya pagkatapos nitong election na ito, is it worth it na hindi kayo nag-imikan ng kapatid mo o kaya hindi kayo nag-imikan ng mga kaibigan mo? Pagkatapos ng Mayo 9, I don't think it is, I'm sorry I have to say this, I don't think it is the right way of exercising our political rights and doing the political exercise. If that damages the relationship, then might as well not participate on the exercise. It's because if you're losing your love relationship or friend relationship, then hindi ko naman po masasabi ito sa lahat, yung ipinaglalaban po natin, hindi naman po nila tayo kilala eh. I'm sorry I have to say that. Hindi naman po tayo kilala eh. I met Bongbong Marcos on town hall meetings virtual, but I haven't met him in person. But I showed support to him. But I'm not willing to let go of my relationship with my friends. So, ang hinihingi ko palagi sa mga kaibigan ko, ako'y Bongbong, maraming nag-approach sa akin. Sabi niya, ano tayo? Pwede ko bang sabihin? Oy, Lenny tayo,
yes
Tito
po,
tayo. Sabi ko, I totally respect where you stand and I totally respect kung ano po ang gusto ninyo sa kung sinong bubutuhin ninyo. Pero here is my thing. I am for BBM-Sara because this is what I believe. And then I reiterate kung ano ang mga reasons sa mga dahilan kung bakit na ginusto kong suportahan si BBM at saka si Sara. At pagkatapos, ang sinasabi ko kagad sa kanila, sana hindi ito magiging dahilan na masira yung ating pagkakaibigan. And so far, all my friends are very level-headed. And all my friends so far had been, may mga sarcasm kung minsan, pero ako, I don't mind. I don't mind dealing with sarcastic people. And I don't mind that. Because to me, I look at them as people who are having their right to express themselves. And I don't have to do anything about it except to respect it. Ganun lang naman po yan eh. Kung mawawala ng respeto natin sa isa't isa, what's the use of having a relationship?
So sa level ngayon dyan, kasi absentee voting na, allowed pa ba sa inyo na mag-send ng message sa mga kakilala ninyo, kaibigan, na ito'y boto natin, tulungan natin to? Anong sitwasyon ngayon dyan?
Opo, kasi ano naman po, I had a lengthy discussion with many lawyers here. And even in my core group po, ako kasi rito, every week may meeting kami, and I have several lawyers in my core group. And I really asked them, especially when there was some kind of mixed messages that I had received, that our campaigning should stop from April 9 to May 8. And oftentimes we just take the instructions or even the IRRs of COMELEC at its face value without really understanding the spirit of the law. And I think we had discussed lengthily about Republic Act 10590, which is establishing the COMELEC and then establishing the rules also on the election, especially Section 9 of that particular rule. Na nagsasabi campaigning must be or is prohibited from this. Pero mayroon pong ang RA 10590. I'm not a lawyer, but this is just the way I understood it, and I have asked my lawyer friends, and they agreed with me, that the prohibition is campaigning in the polling areas or where we cast our votes. So outside, we are still free to do campaigning. We can still, to answer your question directly, we can still call our friends. In fact, mayroon kami rito, final push namin dito, May 7. Mayroon po kaming final push dito. Magkakaroon kami ng final rally and meeting the Avance dito mismo. And then we're expecting about 300, 400 people to join us. And final push for the candidacy of BBM-Sara.
Sir, gusto naming malaman if what is the real situation on month-long overseas absentee voting dyan sa Amerika?
Sa ngayon po, puro hearsay, if I'm going to say that. It's because pag pumunta ka, I'm not a poll watcher, but I'm getting reports from my poll watchers here. I have at least 20 poll watchers here na nagre-report sa akin directly. And every time that they are, Mondays and Thursdays, feeding, the feeding sa voting machine. At pagkatapos, hindi naman po nila malalaman at hindi nila nakikita kung sino yung binoto ng tao. So if i-feed lang yan, basta pinapakita lang na pinifeed nila yung balota doon sa machine. And you will never have the opportunity to tell kung sino nga ang binoto. Hindi kagaya po ng ibang mga countries like Saudi Arabia that they are there voting personally. They cast their vote sa Philippine Consulate or Nagkaisa Embassy, and then doon na malalaman nila. And then people are waiting for them outside and doing this exit polls that they call. And then pagkatapos, paglabas, sino ang binoto mo? And then they start to tally. Dito po sa amin ay hindi. It's because all our ballots here are mailed to us, and then either i-drop off namin sa consulate, pupunta namin consulate, pagkatapos i-drop off, o kaya we're going to mail it back. But I'm instructing my people here to drop it off rather than, trusting the mail, because one vote is really very important. at this particular election.
Mhm. Pero sa tingin ninyo, sir, sa mga na-experience niyo dyan sa Amerika, itong mail voting, mapagkatiwalaan?
We have been doing that here. So kung tatanungin mo ako, yes, I trust the post office. I trust the system. Ganun lang po ako dahil if I don't trust the system, then wala namang ibang makakaproblema niyan, ako din eh. No?
Okay.
And then pagkatapos I will become paranoid, I will become uneasy, I will become antsy. At pagkatapos kahit sino na lang magdadaldal ako magsasalita na itong Philippine consulate ay ganito, may daya ng ganito. I don't think it is worthwhile that you will do that.
Sir, sa ngayon ba marami na ang nakaboto dyan sa Amerika or kakaunti pa lang? Ano yung response?
There is not really, I could not really tell as of this moment. It's because maybe you don't know. Ang mga voting paraphernalias po, election paraphernalias, dumating dito late.
Oo, yun yung isa sa tatanong ko nga eh.
Nagkaroon po ng delay sa paghawak ng FedEx at pagkatapos yung distribution dito, nagkaroon po ng delay. So ang pag-count ng ballots at pagkapag-feed sa voting machines, medyo hindi pa masyado. But I'm expecting that by next week, which is the last week of casting votes, by next week, talagang mapupuno ang Philippine consulate by then.
So, ibig sabihin, dalawa yung paraan yung pagboto dyan, sir, via mailing and actual doon sa Philippine Consulate?
Opo, pwede. Yun po ang ginagawa namin dito. It's because dito ang area po ng ang area ng Philippine Consulate General dito sa New York. It covers 10 or 13 states. I might be wrong with the number of states. And these states are far from each other. Kaya mas madali na magmi-mail. Kaya yung delay ng pagdating ng mga paraphernalias, it had affected so much in the preparation. Plus, ang sa amin dito po ay nagkaroon ng problema, and I hope you will be praying for the people for the Philippine Consulate General. It's because nagkaroon po ng mga positive sa COVID-19 during the process. And so they had to close office and stop doing the regular services except only to continue on the polls.
There's a report, sir, na may mga disenfranchisement sa ilang Filipino community because of this delay sa mga counting machine na dumating at mga baluta dyan.
Hindi naman po siguro. If you're going to ask me, really, it's not really the word disenfranchised, because the registration happened last year. Okay? That registration, ang common na problem po namin dito, nagpa-register sila using their old addresses. At pagkatapos, hindi nila alam, siyempre, hindi nila alam, naglipat po sila during this time. So nagkakaroon po ng mga problema. At so, ang sa akin naman, ang ina-advise ko sa mga kasamaan natin po rito, ay instead of them waiting for the ballot, before even the arrival of those paraphernalias, I asked them to go to the Philippine consulate and advise them that they have changed address. They have changed address. Pero yung sinasabi natin disenfranchised, it's because talagang sinasadya na hindi binibigay ang pinapadala sa kanila. I don't think it happens. It is happening. I don't believe so.
So walang report na ganyan dyan ngayon sa Amerika?
So far sa akin dito sa area ko, ang aking mga poll watchers at saka yung aking mga kasamahan dito, so far wala pong nagsasabi ng ganyan. Pero yung sinabi ko na mayroong mga change of addresses, doon po sila nagkaroon ng problema. Kaya I knew of more than a dozen people who have changed their addresses. And so I had encouraged them to go and advise. Kung sila kung minsan, huwag niyong ipadala sa mail yung aking ballot. I'm coming in here. And sa consulate naman po kasi mayroong voting section. You can cast your vote there. And then you can drop it off sa ballot box.
Mhm. Sir, baka may panawagan kayo sa mga nanonood sa atin dyan sa Amerika at ibang bansa na rin via Facebook at sa YouTube natin.
Ang panawagan ka lang po ay ganito. We had been, and I think we are asking even our spiritual leaders to pray for peaceful elections. Okay? But we cannot achieve peaceful elections kung tayo mismo ay wala tayong tiwala sa system. I understand na mayroon tayong mga karanasan na hindi kaaya-aya at hindi kanais-nais. Ano po? Pero sa ating pagmamatyag at sa ating pong mga ginagawa, especially sa social media, wag na po nating dagdagan kung ano lang yung problema, yun lang ang i-present natin. Wag na nating dagdagan ng kung ano pang haka-haka na nagkakaroon ng mixed messages at ikinakagalit ng mga nakikinig po sa atin. Let's be responsible for the words that we issue with regards to some ballot differences or ballot problems and all that. If you have a problem with the ballots, it is very important that you go. I think you're familiar with this statement, you're barking in the wrong tree. The problem will not be rectified if you are going to post it on the social media. Go to the authorized people. Go to the consulate, advise them that this is what is going on, this is what's happening. So that the consulate also would be able to advise the embassy, and the embassy would advise the COMELEC. And I think we have already seen there are so many things that they had rectified because people had called their attention. Pero kung dadalhin mo yan, may negative statements, accusations, wrongdoings, and all that, we could never achieve peaceful election.
Sir, sa tingin ninyo, ano yung obserbasyon ninyo during time na i-promote, i-campaign natin yung BBM-Sara? Gaano ba kainit yung pagtanggap ng Filipino community compare sa ibang kandidato?
Ay nakikita naman po natin kasi I think ang mga tao ay puno na ng mga negativities, puno na ng cancel culture, puno na ng partisanship. People would like to see a candidate that is working for peace, working for unity. Kita nyo naman po, at isa sa pinakagusto ko at saka pagkatapos isa sa mga direct instructions sa akin ni BBM during our town hall meeting was that kung mayroong mga taong nakikipag-away sa inyo, gusto makipag-away sa inyo, huwag nyo na lang silang pansinin. Let's give them love. Let's give them, respect. Ganun lang po yan. So ganun din ang sinasabi ko sa ating mga kasamaan po rito. Although syempre sa aming mga private chats, diyan I allow them to express whatever they want to express against somebody or against the candidate. Pero pag nasa labas na sa mga postings, there are still some people who cannot control themselves, but at least napipigilan po ang karamihan.
Partner GR, baka
ang dahilan kung bakit si BBM ang gusto ng tao, especially sa akin, I'm talking about myself. It's been more than 3 decades that people were saying we changed it. We had this EDSA revolution and all that. May nag-change po ba? May nag-change ba sa kagandahan at paganda ng ating bansa Pilipinas? Kung tatanungin niyo po, I might have my own bias. Again, I might have my own bias. And I hope you can respect my statement by saying, yes. I haven't seen road to better country for the past 3 decades. Kung hindi pa nakaupo si PRRD, walang changes na maayos yung sa atin. It's because we just want to please other people. We just want to please, other sovereigns. Para sabihin nila ng Pilipinas, ang presidente ay ganito. It's not about, and I agree with the President Duterte, na ang taong bayan ng mga Pilipino ay siya yung directly affected if he is not going to perform, especially not fulfilling his campaign promises. And he did it. Maraming nagkikriticize sa kanya, but there he goes. And knowing BBM and listening to him, and here's one thing in me, JR and Mr. Roderas.
Mhm.
I don't, I am a martial law child.
Mm.
And somebody has asked me, ano bang ginawa ng mga Marcos sa iyo? Sabi ko sa kanila, if you're talking about the martial law years, no, nothing. Why? Dahil masunurin po kami sa batas. Yung may problema sa martial law, yung mga nagtataliwa sa batas, yun na naman yun eh. Simple as that. Hindi naman humagulo sa amin eh. Yung nagkakagulo-gulo lang dahil may mga taong talagang gusto nilang overthrow ang government o kaya gusto nilang pumatay ng tao, magnakaw o gumawa ng mga kalokohan. Doon sila nagkakaroon ng problema. But if you're a peaceful, loving citizen of the Philippines, wala ka namang problema eh. In fact, I had enjoyed that time. Again, this is all my own bias. Ano po? I had enjoyed the years of martial law. There were so many developments. I could remember one time that when the Marcoses visited my province, makikita mo yung daan o kaya yung isang plaza kalbo dahil nanunuyo yung mga damo or something. Pero kaming mga estudyante, may dala-dala kaming tag 1 square foot na Bermuda grass. Pagdating ng mga Marcoses, we place it there. Somebody was directing us. And you can just imagine all that manifestation of respect, seeing those developments and seeing those important things that had happened and that had been made sa Pilipinas. At pagkatapos, dumating ang iba't ibang mga administration. Anong ginawa nila? Inudlot nila yung master plan to make the Philippines maintain its status as the pearl of the Orient and the tiger of Asia. Wala eh. I'm sorry to say this, nagiging selfish at saka nagiging self-conceited yung ating mga leaders. At ang kulang, walang vision. Walang vision kung papaano ma-improve ang country in the next 5 years, 10 years. Pagkaupo ng sunod ng presidente, dahil galit sila sa nakaraang presidente, hindi nila ipagpatuloy yung magandang programa ng nakaraang administrasyon.
Another 6 years.
Yeah, another 6 years na maghihirap. Kaya nga po, sa lahat ng mga kandidato, only BBM and Sara has that particular assurance that they are going to continue the improvement that President Duterte has started 6 years ago.
Okay. Maraming salamat po, Sir Rene. At abangan natin yan sa May 9. Ang resulta na yan.
Baka
po,
may
pero
gusto ko
iano ko rin po sa mga
Sir,
kasama natin,
probinsya ninyo.
if you believe in prayer, if you believe in prayer, please pray for peaceful elections and pray for safety of all of the candidates. And I would like to say a special mention, BBM-Sara, for their protection. Maraming salamat po, Radio Alternativo, sa pag-invite po sa akin na magiging guest po ninyo ngayong umaga. At sa lahat po ng mga taga-subaybay po ninyo, ipagpatuloy po ninyo ang pag-exercise ng inyong karapatan na bumuto, na hindi na kayo kailangang bayaran para na mag-cast ng boto ninyo. Gawin po ninyo kung anong tama, gawin po ninyo kung anong nararapat, gawin po ninyo ang nakakaganda at nakakabuti para sa ating minamahal na bansang Pilipinas.
Maraming salamat po at mabuhay po kayo dyan sa East Coast, USA. Maraming salamat po.
Usapang
Maraming salamat po.
para sa Masang Pilipino.
Nagkasama po natin si Sir Rene Ballenas. Chairman po siya ng BBM-Sara Unit Team sa East Coast, USA. Chief, balik po tayo.
Ang ganda ng mensahe, partner.